Hey, how's it going everyone? Welcome back to another video. My name is Ben, aka Ready, Set, Resell, and here on my YouTube channel I show you all about how I buy stuff and then flip it online for a profit. And today I am bringing you along with me to an estate sale. I actually hit up this estate sale yesterday and I got a lot of pretty cool stuff. And I mean it when I say I got quite a bit of cool stuff here, but I'm not going to show you exactly what's in that bag just yet. You're going to have to wait and see. So for now, sit back, relax, and enjoy today's estate sale haul.
Josie. All right. Ben.
Right here.
What are you on the hunt for, Mr. Ben?
Games and clothes.
In there through the kitchen to the right.
Cool.
Play nice as the other kids.
Gotcha.
So here we are at today's estate sale, and as you just heard, the things that I came here looking for were vintage video games and vintage clothing, both of which were showcased in the photos.
Oh, cool, man. Did you grab all the clothes upstairs already? Gotcha.
They already selling people in?
He's just letting slowly trickling them in.
And as you're seeing here, I was not the first person into the house today, so by the time my turn came around to get in the door, some of the stuff that I had my eye on had already been snatched up, including a bunch of the games that I had my eye on, which was a little unfortunate, although I should have grabbed that Serious Sam that you're seeing in the video right now. But the games that I really wanted to get my hands on were a bunch of DS games that were in the photos, and I found this huge tub of the cases down under the table. Unfortunately though, they were just the cases.
Oh yeah, these are just boxes, aren't they?
And since this tub ended up being full of cases and no games, I decided to move on pretty quickly. And yes, I know you can make money on just the game cases themselves. Obviously, I've done it a lot here in the past on this channel. However, I did quickly snag a few. Like this one right here, Fire Emblem Awakening, again case only, Kirby Planet Robot, Xenoblade Chronicles 3D, and then aside from those cases, I ended up grabbing two different games that actually had the games with them. The first was a cart only of Battletoads Double Dragon on the Sega Genesis. And then for another $5, I grabbed a sealed Game Boy Advance game. Unfortunately, it's not a very good one. It is Texas Hold'em Poker on the Game Boy Advance, but still, for $5, any Game Boy game sealed is going to be worth it.
The only thing we ask guys is kind of be sure you want it, just so we don't grab if other people come.
So after moving on from the video games, as you can see here, I turned around and went to these baskets of toys. There were quite a few different baskets that had a bunch of different kinds of figures in them. And as you're seeing, I ended up grabbing some pretty cool stuff out of here. I did have to be a little selective because a lot of the stuff in here just wasn't in the best shape. They were missing pieces or parts or just straight up broken. So I did have to be a little selective, but I ended up getting some great stuff.
Yeah, I'm not even sure. I think these are Tyco.
Oh, Neopets.
Then there was a couple NASCAR.
Sold this before. This is a good one.
And then there's track bounce.
What about Barbie?
I saw the track.
And after finishing up with the toys, I decided to make my way up into the bedrooms where a lot of the vintage clothing from the photos had been photographed. Now, I knew a few other resellers that were there just for the vintage clothing had gone through these already, but I was hoping I could still find a few cool things.
Let's see what's in the closets here. Looks like mostly kids' clothes in this one. $12. $12.
And as you're seeing here, there were some pretty cool Mario graphic t-shirts hanging up, but at $12 a piece, there wasn't much money to be made on them. However, I did end up grabbing this awesome vintage 1998 Pokemon sweater. Pokemon stuff is just super hot, it's always going to sell fast, and this is probably worth around the $30 to $40 mark. And in the room with the Pokemon sweater, there was a bed that had a bunch of stuff laid out on it, and you can see me right here, I grabbed the Slingo, but I actually forgot to end up grabbing it because I got distracted by this amazing Goosebumps box right here.
Anything in? Got the Goosebumps wallet, sticker, pen, and notebook.
Now, Goosebumps for me is one of those things that I am extremely nostalgic for, so whenever I find anything Goosebumps, I get excited and I have to buy it. It's something that's going to sell very, very fast for me, and it's something that I might even potentially add to my collection depending on what it is. And I was only able to find one completed listing for this guy, one sold comp, and it was just for the cardboard box itself. None of the stuff on the inside was there, not the wallet, not the folders, not the pens, just the cardboard outside box right here, and that sold for $65. And on top of that, there is only one currently listed, and that one is complete. It has a few things in it that mine is missing, but that one is listed at $350 and it has 38 watchers on it.
Oh, nice. There's a little Nike glove right there. If I'm not mistaken, Nike gloves are decent.
Now, baseball gloves are one of those things that I will pick up here and there. I definitely make it a point to look them up whenever I come across them because some of the models can be worth some surprising money. And after looking this thing up, I wasn't able to find any new comps over on eBay, but I was able to find used comps for this glove, and it looks like used it's going for around the $40 to $45 mark. So I think in new condition, I should be able to get around 70 bucks for this guy over on eBay. And speaking of eBay, they are today's video sponsor, and I am happy to be partnering up with them to tell you guys about eBay Open 2023. eBay Open is an annual event that brings together thousands of sellers from all over the world. And let me tell you, this year's event is stacked. There are keynote speakers, training sessions, category breakouts, networking opportunities. There's going to be something for everyone during this event. On top of all that, I will also be a guest speaker this year, so if you want to see me talk about some stuff, keep an eye out. The event will be kicking off on September 26th with the in-person portion of the event at select locations, and then continuing with the virtual event happening from the 27th to the 29th. I'll toss a link down in the description for the full schedule of events, and I'll have a link to the registration page for eBay Open as well. Again, I highly recommend you attend. There's going to be so much information shared at this event. It is going to be valuable no matter what level seller you are. So thank you once again to eBay for sponsoring this video, and I hope to see you guys all out at eBay Open. Now let's go ahead and hop back over into the video. So after finishing up in the upstairs bedrooms, I made my way back downstairs to the main living room where there were a couple different tables set up with a few different electronics on them, and I ended up picking up a few things from here.
Doesn't have a price on it. Put it in the bag. Some headphones. Are you done going through that box?
Oh, it's all empty. It's all empty.
It's all empty box?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Take a look. Try to pull the tumble box right here.
Now you might be wondering why I decided to take my time to look through this bin of empty boxes right here when I didn't want to look through the game cases earlier in the sale. Well, when this other guy was going through the boxes, out of the corner of my eye, I thought I caught a glimpse of something that I would want to grab, so I needed to go through them to see if what I thought it was actually what it was.
My roll edition box.
I'm saying it's a nice box in there.
Yeah, I'll grab that one.
So that box right there for that 3DS was the box that I was hoping it was going to be, but that wasn't the only 3DS box that I ended up finding. As you'll see right here, the same guy ends up handing me another 3DS box.
Too. So what's inside here?
I need these too.
That is... Yes, that is for it. Cool, thanks, man.
So this second box here that I ended up grabbing was the box for the Nintendo 3DS, the Aqua version of it, and I actually have a Aqua 3DS that I can sell with this box, and that will make it complete, which means it's worth more money now. But the first box was actually the one that I was excited for. This is the box for the Nintendo 3DS XL Hyrule Edition. There you go, there's a better view of it right there. Now the reason I was excited to see this is because I know this 3DS right here is a pretty rare one to find, the Hyrule Edition 3DS, so just the box itself, I think I can confidently say I should be able to get close to at least $100 just for the cardboard box and the manuals and the inserts inside of it. Now after finishing up the living room, I had essentially made my way around the entire house, so I decided to revisit that first room I was in and take a closer look at some of the stuff that had caught my eye earlier, like the DS cases. There was a whole thing of Magic cards that was priced at $300, so I wanted to kind of sift through that real fast. There were some Yu-Gi-Oh cards next to that were priced at $150. Now unfortunately, after sifting through some of that stuff, I just decided it wasn't going to be worth it for the stuff that was there, but I did find a few more things inside this room.
Oh.
So these Mac Tonight McDonald's, 1988. You know what prices? They're probably cheap. I'll grab them. The Goosebumps watch. Right here. Yeah. Thank you.
I'll show you whatever you want to see. Mainly this comes down, and I lost a whole fingernail over it. It cuts. It's hard.
I'm gonna go ahead and grab that one. Do you want me to keep this up here or throw it in my
Put it
bag?
right here by me.
All right. Then can I see the bolo tie too?
Oh, you're welcome. This?
Yep.
Oh, sure.
Thank you.
That's 5.
This one's 5?
Mm-hmm. This is 2.
I'll grab this one as well.
Okay.
Those two little things right there from the case were a little hard to see because of the way I was standing, but I'll show you what they were. So first up here, we got another Goosebumps piece. This is the curly holographic watch, and it is in very, very good shape. I'm going to pop a new battery in there, and hopefully it's going to work. And obviously, again, it's Goosebumps, so I'm not going to leave it behind. And the second thing I ended up picking up was this little bolo tie right here, and I was really surprised this was only $5. Let me show you why. I haven't sold a ton of stuff like this, but I do know enough to be dangerous, and this is a sterling silver Native American made bolo tie. You can see it's got a pretty well crafted bison right there. It's got the turquoise and coral inlay on it, and if we look at the back right here, I don't know how well the camera's going to pick it up, there is an artist's signature right here. And based on my past experience, sterling silver Native American stuff does extremely well. I've sold belt buckles for well over $200 before. I've sold rings for like 60 to 70 bucks before. So I think this guy right here is probably going to be worth at least 80 to 100 bucks. And actually, right after I picked up those two things, my GoPro ended up dying on me, but I did take a video with my phone of one more item I found at this sale that I was kind of blown away by because I'd never seen it before. I've collected video game stuff for a long time now, and that's actually how I got into reselling, so I am pretty familiar with most of the stuff that I come across. However, I have never seen a Tiger R-Zone before. This is something that was completely new to me, so I knew I had to grab it since I hadn't seen it before. And I think what you do is actually strap this thing onto your head, and this little screen folds down so you're going kind of cross-eyed while the video game plays on this little plexiglass piece right in front of your face. So I ended up looking this thing up, and it looks like it's relatively rare, and it has a little bit of value behind it, around 60 bucks for just the console thing here that is strapped to my head. Anyways, after finding this guy right here, I didn't end up finding a ton more, a few little knickknacks here and there that I grabbed, but nothing super crazy. So for all intents and purposes, that is everything that I grabbed at this estate sale. But I will say, after watching the footage back while I am editing this video right now, I did notice that I missed a few things that I should have grabbed, so I definitely could have done better at this sale. I'm sure you guys saw stuff that I missed as well. If you did see something that I should have grabbed, let me know what it was down in the comments. For now though, that's gonna wrap things up. I hope that you guys all enjoyed. I hope to see you in the next video. Till next time, keep on treasure hunting. Peace.